Hello dear watercolors, and thank you so much for watching another episode of Winter Cards. For this winter landscape, we're going to be doing two cards, and I would also like to announce the 2020 giveaway. I'll be giving away 5 of these 9 beautiful cards that we created in the last month, and all you have to do in order to participate is to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and leave a comment below with the number of the card that you like the most, and make sure to also click on the link in the description below so I can have your contact information to let you know if you are the lucky winner. The raffle is going to be on the 18th, and I will share that video with you guys and when you're going to be receiving these cards with the white envelope, and you can mail them to your friends or family, or you can frame them and put them on the wall for the Christmas season. Now for the first card, I am using a hot pressed Arches paper, and I'm going to use this Payne's Gray from M. Graham and Manganese Violet from Schminke. I have here white gouache, a rag, table salt for some very fun effects, clear stamps, spray of water, and that's it. Now I am wetting a paper and spreading it evenly with 3/4 of an inch. It's called a modeler brush, very flat. Now after the paper is dry, I am trying to work pretty quickly, and I'm mixing a little bit of Payne's Gray with that manganese violet, not too much manganese. I have this semi-intense darker value. Make sure to spread it very soft and don't overwork it. Based on what you have there, you're gonna create your story. Now I'm adding some grains of salt while it's still wet, and you're gonna see that nice snowflake effect that I'm getting from the salt pulling the pigment out. Now your pattern is going to be different, and based on your pattern you can create your own little story there. I'm putting some trees on the left, and I'm going to have this kind of like a little mountain in the back, and that is soft as it's getting lost in the fog, and then more trees on the right to have that movement towards the center of the painting. And you can see there I have a reflection in the water from the pile of trees to the left, and the reflection from the pile of trees to the right. Now here you can play a lot with the bottom side of the painting while it's still wet if you want to see some reflections and ripples. For this scene I decided to choose that the lake will be frozen, so the reflection is pretty much a Gaussian blur, like a blur in the water, and less ripples, more like static water. Now after this layer is done, you can move on to the closer trees. At this stage, the only thing you have to pay attention to is the level of water you have in your paper. Every time you move to a darker layer, you have to make sure the previous one is completely dry for the effect that I am going for. Now you can work more wet on wet, but in order to simplify everything, I just chose one completely wet layer, and then the ones that I'm building up, they're gonna be sharper. Now I'm putting some birds and some white birds on the darker space, and it's time for the greeting message stamp. I have to make sure to put the ink evenly, and now I can either make this 3-dimensional, kind of like a label that's added to the card. I've seen that a lot this year because it gives more dimension and it just looks like it's floating. You can use double-sided tape and tape it there, or you can just stamp directly on your card, which I'm gonna do. I feel like it looks more elegant this way. And then this one is done. I'm very happy with the story I created here. I think it makes a pretty frozen scene. Now moving on to the next card, I'm gonna be using it on vertical, and I'm pre-wetting the paper. Now you can make a sketch. I decided to go straight, and I'm building on layers. First, I'll be putting some very blurred tree. It's just hiding in the fog, in the mist, kind of. And then once that is completely dry, I can move on to the following layer, which is gonna be an intermediate value, and it's gonna have thicker and thinner branches. So to represent correctly the trees, I am kind of like spinning the brush a little, and while I'm spinning it, it becomes wider and narrower progressively. So while I'm doing that, I'm also shaking my hand a little, so the branch is not a straight line, it's more like wavy like that. And then here you can get creative. You can add more leaves, you can add more fruits. I prefer to work on the top and then do my create a deer there. The deer is very close to us, so it has a darker value, and I chose to do this because I wanted to be the center of attention in this painting. So my focus is going to be the deer with that branch that frames the whole painting on the corner left. Here depends on what kind of color are you going for with the stamp. You want to go for contrast here, so if you have a lot of darks in the area, your stamp will not be as recognizable if you're going to be using the same color. I just feel like if for this painting I'm going to be using the same shade, and I will do that because I think it makes it look more elegant and just well composed, more simple and modern at the same time. Now for the bottom, I pre-wetted that area, and I'm throwing some leaves that are blurred because I want my focus, like I said, to be on the rain, and I will do the focus of value because it is the darkest point in my painting, and also with the choice of blurriness. My focus is on the deer and on the branch to the left. Like I said, now I'm adding some leaves and putting some grass patches on the ground. Bring some more leaves, some more branches. Bring as many as you wish. What I'm trying to preserve is a more lighter area on the left, like the light is beaming and shining through the atmosphere in the back of the deer. Now here I have my message that I stamped. You're gonna see that it doesn't really look like it's very visible, but I like that. My style is more subtle, so if you want it to have like a pop, you can use a red or a color, any color on your stamp. Now I hope you learned a few about how to create perspective and atmosphere in your painting and how to make it creative and unique. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Participate to the raffle if you're looking to have one of these cards. And stay tuned for the following videos. Happy painting, everybody. Bye bye.